What is up, everyone? Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday. In today's video, guys, we're gonna go over my plan for this fusion and how I'm gonna try to save some resources for the Leonardo event, because even though this fusion is pretty good for PvP, it seems to be very costly. And probably you've noticed we have the Halloween Path event starting tomorrow, not the Hallow. We have the Summon Rush on at the moment. And I decided to skip the Summon Rush, okay? Basically, you need the equivalent of 6 Sacred Shards to get 25 fragments. If I'm gonna go for the Hero Path with the 6 Sacred Shards, and probably it will require more stuff, I should be able to get close to 50 fragments instead, most likely. But that is something that is very hard to kind of like anticipate. One thing that we know for sure is that the Halloween Pair event will not have only one soul, we'll have 2 of them. So we're gonna have the 5-star soul for Raphael, and we're gonna have the 5-star soul for April. Truth be told, I would love to get the Raphael soul from here. The only problem is that usually the cost for a soul is kind of like the equivalent of 21, 22 Sacred Shards, which is extremely costly, considering that we are expecting to have some form of an event for Leonardo as well. Now, we're going to talk about that as well, because I really think that is not going to be another Hero Path. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just not really seeing it happening. One thing that I want to mention is that, considering that we have this Halloween patch starting tomorrow, I was really expecting Plarium to release some news today about upcoming 15x progressive chances or some other random stuff. I would not be surprised if tomorrow we wake up, we turn on the game, and we're gonna see that we have some events like that at the moment. Because usually, they're not just gonna throw in a Hero Pair event without giving us anything else, like a 15x or something like that, right? And at the moment, we just do not have any info on that, any Sunday today. This is what we currently have on. For the Void ones, we do have Leonardo in here. I am, in a way or another, tempted to use my 5 Void Shards, which probably won't make a dent, right, to try and get Leonardo, but I know for a fact that is a stupid mistake, considering that I'm planning to skip the Summon Rush. Now, it might be a mistake. Maybe I'm skipping the Summon Rush, and the Hero Path will be absolutely cancer. It will be super hard. They've done this in the past as well, where it was really hard to collect all of the fragments for the fusion, right? Now, let's quickly talk a bit about what we can expect. So this week, right, this is the first fusion week. We have the events for it and the Summon Rush. Now, Monday, we have the Halloween Pair event going all the way to Friday morning. Keep in mind, this is not going to last for exactly 4 days. It's going to be a bit less than that, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe a bit more, actually. But the whole idea is that on this Friday, we're going to have a Champion Chase tournament starting. Now, the problem is that if I'm going to go ham on the Halloween Pair event to try and get all of the champion fragments, I should kind of like skip the Champion Chase. Now, a Champion Chase tends to be way easier than Hero Path, Summon Rush. We're going to have a 2x event as well next to it. And considering that it's Friday the 31st, I'm about 99.99% that we're going to have a 2x on Primal Shards, okay? So that's something to keep in mind. And I would definitely recommend you to wait with your Primal Shards. I know a lot of people will probably dodge this Summon Rush and will go for the Hero Pair event. One of the main issues is that everybody jumps to Summon as soon as the event starts. It's like you need that freaking dopamine, you shard junkie, right? But I would strongly recommend you wait with it. I would not open any Primal Shards most likely till Thursday. If Thursday at 4:30 p.m. UTC you don't have any news, any videos from us as creators letting you know what the next summoning event will be for the weekend, that's when I would open primal shards. But I really think that during the Halloween, Friday the 31st, we're going to have a 2x on primal shards. Usually, they're only doing them during holidays, during something that is happening, okay? So you want to make sure that you're not burning them on a non-2x when you could open them on a 2x and open maybe a couple of sacreds instead, or different shards to get the Halloween pet event done, or go and farm gear, because that's one of the things that I'm planning to do as well. I have almost 10,000 gems, probably just to make sure that I'm able to save enough shards for whatever Leonardo event we might have. I'm just going to do a lot of farming as well. Now, 4,000 or 5,000 gems won't enable me to complete a hero pet event or anything like that, but it will definitely give me a good chunk of points that will allow me to save quite a few sacred shards on the account, right? Now, let's quickly talk about what I think that is going to happen. So right here, pet event, right? Then the week after, we have no idea what's happening. Are they going to do something on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th? Like a deck of fate? If they are going to do a deck of fate, what type of deck of fate they will do? We never have souls in a deck of fate. Are they going to start a Titan event for Leonardo? Are they going to do another hero pet event 1 or 2 weeks later for Leonardo without having a deck of fate in between, or without having something else? I find it super hard to believe. I don't really recall having hero pet and then another hero pet, regardless of what the rewards might be. Now, we might see a deck of fate event starting somewhere right here at the beginning of November in the first week, and that event will give us maybe either some gear. Okay, we've had them in the past. Either they might give us some relic materials to make us drain some of the resources that we have, and then the second week of November have that Leonardo pet event that we've seen in their calendar. Or they completely scrapped that idea, and in the last week of the TMNT event collaboration, we might see something that will piss off a lot of people. And that would be a guaranteed on Leonardo from Void Shards only. This is the worst case scenario, and this will be the biggest scam move that we've seen in a very, very, very long time in Raid Shadow Legends, if they decide to do that. I personally really hope they will not, because this will piss the community so much that I don't think anything else ever kind of like piss them off as much as this would do, right? Like, a lot of things happen in the game, a lot of bad decisions and stuff. I don't think anything will kind of like surpass the level of the ultimate fuckery, pardon my French, if they are doing something like this, you know? And I really hope they will not do. But that's kind of like what I am expecting. I do not really expect to see a Titan event, because if they're planning a Titan event to give us the soul for the fusion, it's going to be pretty hard to kind of like fit a champion and a soul in a Titan event, right? Because at 1,500 you accumulate one. Maybe they can do 1,750 and get one of them at 1.5 and get the other one at 1,750. They've done Titan events that required more points than this in the past, if I remember it correctly. But it's very, very hard to anticipate. So far, all of the events that we've had in the past, Deck of Fate for Raphael, we had a Titan event for April, they all seemed to match the description of that leaked calendar that we had from them. So hopefully they're not going to screw us, because I am personally not prepared for a guaranteed on Void Legendaries. They haven't done guaranteed from a type of shard in a very, 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 very long time, okay? And that just shows that they do not like the model. They do not want to use that again, because probably it must be over 1 year since we had something like that. Open 150 Ancients, get a guaranteed, or open 90 Voids, get a guaranteed. It has been a very, very long time, right? So they clearly showed that they do not like the model because they're not reusing it. So they're doing guaranteed through Titan events, Hero Path, Deck of Fates, etc. We're gonna see what happens. But either way, this is my stock at the moment. I do like to consider myself pretty prepared, right? Even if I need to drop like 8 Sacred Shards for the Hero Path, which most likely it will be required, I still think that I'm in a good spot with the amount of Ancients I have, a few Primals, a bunch of Sacred Shards because I haven't opened any of them for a long, long time. So I think I'm fairly prepared. Now, because this Hero Path requires us to open shards and farm gear, the next one might require us to open Soulstones. So regardless of how well I think that I'm prepared, that might take a complete turn and prove in fact that I'm not prepared at all, because I don't have a bunch of Soulstones just chilling in here, right? I have a good chunk of them, a decent amount, but it will not make a dent in a Hero Path event, okay? So that will require me to spend money. Maybe they're gonna make Shard Pool, Soulstones, Champion Training, or Farm Gear, which in a way or another is a bit hard to believe because the past Hero Path was the same. So, summon and get artifacts and accessories. If they're gonna do another one, which is starting tomorrow, the same, and then another one is gonna be a bit like very unlikely to always need the exact same requirements to complete them, at least based on the previous events, based on the history of the events, right? But they can always surprise you. So that's kind of like my plan for it. I'm gonna go for the Hero Path. I'm skipping the Summon Rush. If the Hero Path is very hardcore and I cannot acquire all of the 75 fragments from there, I'm gonna go for the Champion Chase tournament as well, because for that is much easier to complete it. I have a few characters that I can summon right here. Keep in mind, you're gonna have these Void Epics as well. So by next Friday, you're probably guaranteed to be able to summon 3 of them, which is 350 points each. So that's 1050 points. Just by doing that is really not much else required. Then we will have probably the new rotation for the Curse City. So that might enable us to get some more stuff from there. Maybe a Remnant Summon by next Sunday, so a week from now, or maybe not actually. But either way, get prepared with some of these fusions, you know, see what you can do. 250 points each. That's going to be really helpful. 350 points each. And I do have a few of them ready to rumble. So basically right here, I have another 1,150 points with the epics for the fusion. That's 2,100. And I will have to do barely any summoning to complete a Champion Chase tournament and get those 25 fragments. So if you are in a similar position, definitely keep that in mind. Plus, we have this Remnant summon event, so the summoning pool. But this is only for 4 days and 17 hours. And it will be exactly like last time. Now, last time, the Champion Chase tournament bugged for me. So I did not get the points from it because probably it just did not count them for whatever reason. But you can save one of these summons as well if you're going for the Gear Enhancement event, the Gear Ascension tournament, sorry. So you get one summon from here, Soulstone from here. That's why I'm going to complete this, to try and accumulate as many resources as possible. Because I'm positive that the Hero Path event, the Halloween Path event, is going to be hardcore. Okay? Literally hardcore. But this is not great either. 25, considering that you know for a fact that the Hero Path will give you 75, is definitely not something that piques my interest to summon in here. Yes, the mythical materials are great here. Hey, that's the equivalent of 20 Sacred Shards, and I do not think they are worth it in my opinion. Either way, that's pretty much it. That's my plan for it. That's how I'm planning to kind of like ensure that somehow I'm staying prepared for the Leonardo event, whatever that might be, and I'm still completing the Fusion. I know they've nerfed the Fusion for PvE. I never really intended to fuse her for PvE because I could not care less about dungeon farming and stuff where I already have teams set up for over 1 year. She's not going to change anything in there. So for me, she's a PvP champion. As long as that stays intact, I'm getting the Fusion, and they haven't changed that. Either way, appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Let me know what's your plan in the pin comment. Are you still going for the Fusion? You're not going for the Fusion? And if you are you summoning on the Summon Rush, or you're skipping it completely, going for the Halloween path, and see how that plays out? Remember, do not open your primal shards. In fact, I would recommend you to do not open any shards tomorrow whatsoever, unless you don't really care about any trashy 15x events. If I would be Plarium, what I would do this week, because this is going to be a long event, the Halloween path, if the 15x does not start tomorrow, which I really think it might, I would put the faction unity champions. Okay, that's how they will get our shards. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They can do group by group, and I think that's what will happen. Okay, based on what they've done in the past, I just think that either they effed up today and they haven't posted the announcement. It would not be the first time when they do it. They've done it many, many times on Sundays. Either is only going to start something on Tuesday. I just do not believe that they're going to leave this Halloween pack event going on without a progressive chance event or anything else at all. Primal shards, keep them safe. I am very positive that we're going to have a 2x on it. But I just wanted to make you aware of that as well, guys. As usual, appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Much love, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.